Well, hello, my beautiful Saggies. Wow, it's been so long since I've been in your energy. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cindy. I'm at Simply Cindy. I haven't been on YouTube in a while. I just started back. My goal this year is to be back full time on YouTube. So I haven't done any tarot hardly, and a little bit of astrology here and there. But today's video is about the new moon in Aquarius for you guys. Sadie, y'all are on fire. You're on fire. We're gonna do a little bit of astrology first, and then I'm gonna do the tarot. I'm only doing a four-card pull. That it's my spread, but I'll let you guys know. So, um, I'm starting to channel. Sorry. So here we go, Sandy. If we put you in the first house, for those of you that don't know much about astrology, a lot of you do, but for those of you that don't know, we're going to say Saggy is your first house. Okay, so Sagittarius, if you're Sagittarius ascending or rising, this would put the new moon at your third house. Okay, so but what's interesting is you have the second house highlighted, and you have this third house that's going to be highlighted for the next 20 years because Pluto is here. So some of you, um, there's a lot I want to say. Hold on. So I'm doing a Pluto series because I know a lot of people want to know astrology. They're like interested in astrology, but it's so complicated, and the way that astrologers kind of speak sometimes we lose you. So I'm doing a deep dive into Pluto and Aquarius, and then the signs that it's in, the houses that it's in for you guys. So, and the reason I'm doing that is because Pluto's just changed into Aquarius. For the next 20 years. We had a lot, it's a generational planet, it's a deep planet. It will bring up your traumas, your obsessions, your fears, right? And so we have two Plutos that we're talking. I mean, there's only one Pluto, but the Pluto in my series that I'm talking about is the two. The Pluto that you have when you're born, and then the Pluto where Pluto is now. That's a transit. So when you look at the video, you go to your natal chart, see where you were born, and where Pluto is, and whatever house that is, that's the video you want to watch. And you can watch the other videos. I'm telling everybody you should probably watch every video because it kind of helps you get through those houses and kind of helps see what other people, why they react and why they act and why they have and don't have what they have, right? And then you're going to see it, in your natal chart, you're going to check to see where Aquarius is. This is the sign Aquarius. So wherever Aquarius is in your house is where Pluto is right now. And is a that will bring up the themes of fear, obsession, and trauma from your past lives. Pluto brings it from your past lives, your future lives, your present life. So he'll bring those themes up for you, and that's why I feel like I needed to do this Pluto. So I went for a deep dive, and I channeled for about a week and a half, maybe two. So, and I needed to take a break from that. That's why I'm doing this new moon video. So Aquarian is, the new moon is in Aquarian right now, right? And so with your second house, you've been on fire. Like a lot of you are doing really, 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 really well. But some of you are still a little stuck, and you may have found out some news recently, or you're going to find out some news that can change. Like you're doing really well, you're trying to configure or refigure, for a lot of you, what your skill is, what your where your resources are from, what you're going to do. So you sort of you're you're not like Gemini, where I did Gemini a while ago, where you're like building. You are building, but you're trying to like see, how do I say this? It's like you know what your skills are. You have a lot of them, and you're trying to see which one. You're trying to see what you're going to do. You're trying to figure that out, and you're going to be honing those skills, and things are going to be brought up, especially in the family and with siblings for some of you. Um, that are going to bring up some fears and some trauma with this Pluto. Some of you may have recently heard some news that kind of scared you. with this Pluto, and Mercury right there. But you know this is a pattern that you've had that you're trying to get through. And I'll give you a clue. It has to do with your resources. It has to do with um, understanding you and what you can do, and that you are the resource, right? And but others of you, like for me, I have Saturn right here in my natal chart. So for those of you that have nothing here, it's really good news. It's actually, you could be gaining more finances, gaining a house, gaining a car, gaining a job, you're gaining here. For me, I have to work a little harder to gain there because I have Saturn right there. But I do feel like you'll get news soon, or you've gotten news soon, um, that you realize is a pattern, and you're going to get through it, and you're going to like understand the resourcefulness that you have, and you're going to see your way out of this, right? For others of you that heard some news, didn't really bother you, and you're going to get something out of this. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it's not that deep. It's the finishing up of an old pattern that you've had. But it's almost like this resource is trying to like stall you, but you're going to push through, if that makes any sense. And you're going to benefit from it. So this new moon, I in Aquarius is very, very, first of all, it's Aquarius, okay? So it's very different. It's very weird. It's going to come very differently. What you thought you were going to do in your skills, it's it's like you're birthing a new skill from your old skills, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like you thought you were going to do it one way, but it's turning out to be something else. That's what I'm feeling with this. So with this new moon, what I'd like for you to do, Sagittarius, because it is Gemini, it will move you it is going to move you forward. What I'd like for you to do is, I know you're optimistic, but I'd like for you to really not um, hang on to what you think this is going to be, and keep yourself open to the bigger thing that it actually is that you don't know yet. Okay, so when you're meditating for this new moon, or when you're thinking, or when you're exercising and thinking about this new moon, I want you to really, really focus on how you want things to be, not how they're going to come about, but how you want things to be over the next couple of months. Okay, because this is way bigger than y'all think it is. And what it's doing is it's honing your skills. It's making you better at what you are already really, really good, but it's going to make you way, way better. Yeah, and this time you're going to be able to do it and not overwork yourself, if that makes any sense. So focus on what you want in this new moon, and don't hold on to how it's going to come, because I know you guys can do that. Don't hold on to how it's going to come, um, because what you want, honestly, is just the direction that you're supposed to head. It's actually bigger than you think it is. Okay? Now, you have Saturn in your fourth house, which has to do with your ancestors and your family. With Saturn being there, you've come to some realizations and had to look at things for what they really were. And it's been disappointing, and somebody who, Sagittarius, who likes to be optimistic, I know that you see the good in it. I know that you see that it needed to be done. And I know that you thought that you'd cleared some of this stuff out, but you're at the part now where you actually looked at it and actually saw it for what it was, and actually learned how to transmute the generational stuff, and are understanding your identity of you and that different and the same, right? But this is, Saturn wants to know how you want to form the generation going forward. That's what Saturn's asking you to do. So there's still some work for the next couple of years about how you want to make your life stable, yourself stable, and your health too, because your health has been coming up. And just know it's in the fourth house, it's going to go to the fifth house. And that's why you guys are intuitive that you're kind of feeling it early. That if you don't get this done, if you don't work in this house, when it gets to your fifth house, you're going to have some problems. You kind of already had some problems because you weren't paying attention before. Does that make sense? It's time to work on this house and your understanding of how you want to move forward internally, generationally, um, sustainably, uh, stably. Like, how do you want that to look for you? And that's what I want you to focus on in this new moon. Okay, and this is just the start. This is just a new moon. It's just for like a month or a couple of months, right? This is just to show you. It's basically the universe saying we need some direction, but don't, I'm telling you, don't hold fast to how it's going to come because it's Aquarius. It's going to come very differently. And what it looks like it's not going to come. It looks like you're going to have to work too hard for it. That's Pluto and Mercury, but it's not. It wants to know your direction because it's going to open some stuff up. See, you have this behind it. If you look at it like, oh, I can see the sun and the moon, and I can't really see what's going on back here, but this is going to be coming forward. So you've got some good things coming. Trust me. Okay. Saturn in your fourth house wants you to form how you want to have the relationships with your family, how you want to handle the relationships with your family, how you want to handle interpersonal relationships with people that are close that seem like your family, and they want you to put in the work for it. So if you have to make the phone calls, if you have to take the extra effort right now, then that's what you have to do to be able to get the stability that you want and do things differently than your generations past behind you have done. But there is some skill here that's going to be opening up. And it's not going to be so easy to see it like you did before. Because with Pluto here, he's going to bring up the trauma and the fear. So you may be doing something and then you got word that it didn't work out. And you're like, but that freaking always works, right? Not this time. I'm telling you, you're going to have to go within for all of your skills if you want to move into this new era. Okay? It's no There is no more of it coming easy to you right now. It's just not. And I know that you're not afraid of work. You just lose focus sometimes. And sometimes when you should take things seriously, it's not that you don't. It's like, I just don't want to deal with that right now, but it's time to deal with it, okay? Because you do have some, and a lot of you are on fire. A lot of you have stability coming. A lot of you, and I'll show you this in the cards, a lot of you have somebody actually coming in too. But you're kind of doing what the Gemini was doing and sort of letting life take you instead of you taking over life, right? And you, for the most part, it always worked out in your favor. And lately, some of you, it hasn't worked out in your favor, and you don't know what to do with that. That's because you need to start putting in your part. Not like, because you're really good at if you're at a career or in a job, if somebody tells you this is what you should do, you're like, okay, and you do it. Like you don't have no problem working 20 hours a day. Gosh, like you have no issue with that. The and it's always worked out for you. Now you're going to have to work this for yourself. You're going to have to say, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to handle relationships. This is how I want to become stable. These are the people that I want in my life. And you have to put work in for that right now. And it's going to be showing you with Pluto there, it's going to bring up some stuff like, well, it used to be easy to do this and now it's not easy. Like I actually have to feel emotions and look at people and see what they're saying and delve into the emotional part of it, if that makes any sense. If you're going to do whatever skill it is that you're doing, I don't know if that makes sense. Because, like, for some of you, I see you like you're doctors, or you're psychologists, or you're nurses, or you're uh, you could be astrologers or tarot readers, whatever. Like I see that you do it because that's a skill you know and you're really, really good at it, but you don't have the feeling for it. And you need to have the feeling for it to move into this next era, if that makes any sense. But most of y'all are on fire because even though you've had some hardship, you still have luck. You still have luck. Still, things still come to you. And right here, they're going to be coming to you. It's going to be more stable for you. Okay? So, let's talk about the tarot. I hope that helps. There we go. All right, so this is a Ford card pull. This is your foundation. This is where you're at. This is what's going on. This is the energy coming in. This is where you're moving towards. Some of y'all like to say it's the timeline. This is the timeline that you're headed and that's headed towards you. This is what's blocking you. This is what's holding you back. This is what you have to work through. And then this is the outcome. And it's cups. It's not pentacles. It's cups, but you already have pentacles. So I feel like this is emotionally sound for you. This is, you're going to feel so much better. Like you're going to feel like you don't have to ignore people or ignore things because they're not staring at you in your face because you hadn't dealt with them because you decided to be optimistic and look the other way. Okay? So, you're going to see reality for what it is. You always see reality for what it is. You're actually going to delve into it. You're going to like get through it. So, here's your foundation. You guys have the 7 of Pentacles, okay? So, I see that a lot of you see the potential of you becoming stable and financially set. You just don't know how to get to it because you're forgetting about the one that you have. You're forgetting about the skill and the stability and the money and the relationships that you have, and you're not using that to get to these. You're looking in the wrong place. You're looking at these pentacles. I would say those are your skills, those are your relationships. You're looking at those to help you, but you already have help. And that's what's been going on. You're looking in the wrong direction. Does that make sense to you? See how he's staring it's still pentacles and you still will get help, but what you're wanting is stability. You're wanting security. And this is your security. You think this is your security. This is your security. You are going to get opportunities because that's what this is opportunities. But don't forget to look at the one that you have already. You need to hone your skill. Okay? Where you're headed and what's headed for you is the Four of Wands. That's a great card. Through your actions, through taking the opportunities that are given to you, through really looking at things for what they are, through putting your energy in the things that you need to, making those decisions, it's going to cause a solid foundation for you. The solid foundation's already there. You've already done all the studying, all the traveling, all the whatever you needed to do. This is actually it's like putting the walls up in a house, right? You've already laid the foundation. It's putting the walls up in the house. It's deciding how many walls do I want? How big do I want the house? What do I want in the house? Like where do I want the walls? Where do I want the door? Where do I want the windows? Does that make sense? This is like coming to like some really good stability for you. And I know things have not been stable for you for a little bit, but it's because you were needing to get through some of the things that you need to get through, right? It's like I've got to rely on myself, and yourself is doing a good job because you're going to come to this four of wands. It's the stability that you've been searching for is coming for you. What's holding you back, what's blocking you, some of you would say, is that again, it's like the Geminis. You're almost expecting the universe to guide you. And there's nothing wrong with getting some guidance, but you're letting the universe play out and you're just there for the ride. When you really have all of these skills, all of these skill sets, all of this wisdom, all of this life experience, and you should be guiding how you want things to turn out, not let the universe sort of take you, let people sort of take you. You do it. I know you're tired and you are going to come to some stability, but you're going to have to continue to look at, draw from your wisdom, draw from your resources, and you be this person instead of being this person with your inner child. You need to direct it. You need to say. That's what's holding you back, is that you haven't said to the universe, to your higher self, to yourself even, this is what I want. This is where I want to go. Because you're so used to sort of letting it happen. That's actually what's holding you back. It's like you have all this opportunity laid for your security and your stability, but you're letting life take you instead of you taking control of life. And the outcome of that is that you get the 10 of cups. You do get happiness in the end. You do get joy in the end. You do get your heart fulfilled because you've been so optimistic even in the most horrible, desperate times in this last, I'm hearing 3 years, like somebody's, I heard real loud, 3 years. It's been so desolate. It's been so desperate. It's been so, and you've seen the kindness in others and you've seen the lessons and you've done the lessons, and you're still not there and you're wondering why you're still not there. But you're going to get there where you're fulfilled. That's what you're searching for, is fulfillment. And you're trying to figure out what can fulfill you. Yeah. But that's your outcome, is being fulfilled. And it looks like you get that. Well, I feel like you get that. If you're wanting the partner, you get the partner. A lot of you have a partner, but if you're wanting the partner, you get the partner. If you're wanting um, lots of money, you get lots of money. If you're wanting to travel all the time, then that's what you do. Like, you are going to get the fulfillment. The universe, your higher self, source, they're all asking you what it is that you want, and you're just needing to answer that. Okay? So I know this was a very long. Let me know how you're doing. I want to thank you guys for subscribing, for liking, for sharing. If you've never seen me before, um, welcome. I haven't been on here in a long time. I'm doing this again. And be sure to check out my Pluto series. I think you're really going to like that. That's going to help you get through those traumas, and especially your third house. You guys, again, you're on fire. Like, I feel like you're going to break through. There's going to be some things that are going to come up that are going to cause you to fear, and some traumas, just like everybody. But I feel like you can't go wrong. I feel like you're not going to go wrong. I feel like you're going to do this. Okay? I love you, love you, love you. Bye.